Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Also a very warm welcome from my side. I'm very proud today to show you here in the Museum of Contemporary Art our latest model that we want to show you. We're very proud because a few months ago I was offering and I was telling to you about our product offensive. And now, mid of July, I can honestly say that we delivered. We delivered RS4, A6, TT, and now today we will launch one of our most exciting models, the Audi Q8. But before, ladies and gentlemen, we were unveiling this model, let us go back in history about Audi and the Q series. You may remember that our first SUV model was the Audi Q7. It was launched in 2006. The model became an instant success and was very popular among trend-setting people like designers, stylists, and also celebrities. The fame of the Audi Q models was also boosted by the launch of the Q5, followed by the Q3, and most recently in 2017, ladies and gentlemen, we launched the Q2, which is still and was becoming one of our best-selling models in Japan. Today, 1 in 3 Audis sold in Japan are SUV cars. So we're ready. We had a very successful Q7 launch, and now we have also the second generation of the Q7 in 2016. The question clearly is, then why need Audi to develop another model in this segment? The reason is very simple. Because the segment will continue to grow. And the SUV share among Audis on a global sales in 2019 was 38%, and we expect that we will grow till 2025 up to 50%. So every second car in 2025 will be an SUV model. This chart, ladies and gentlemen, also explains the growth in the premium SUV segment in Japan. I think you see a noticeable trend here, and you see also a rising a coupe-like form SUV with a lower roof height and with a wider stance. They look sportier and more stylish for sure. These coupes and SUVs are affluent for customers with a sense of fashion, design, and trends of a time. These people want to express their lifestyle and certainly their personality through their cars. Here we can see a so-called SUV coupe market is born. The Audi Coupe, the Audi Q8, is our response to the new market with a more sportier and more stylish SUV. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Audi Q8. How do you like it? I think one of us, the most amazing car that we developed for a long time. And I think the brilliant orange color really is good for the car. And I hope in the future that we see more cars like this on the roads, on Japanese roads, especially in Tokyo. This, of course, is something that we will work on. I think for me, this is one of the most stylish cars Audi has developed in the most recent years. And it's not just sporty and it's not just strong. I think it's also very elegant and stylish. The Q8 is our new flagship in the Q series. It embodies our credo of Vorsprung by combining technologies with aesthetic design. I think the car clearly underlines one of our most progressive brands in the market, and this is Audi. And certainly we do see and we do feel that there is a lot of potential for us to bringing new customers to the brand with this car. Now, what are the highlights of the Q8? And clearly, firstly, design. I think the Q8 expresses the latest design language of our Q series model. The single frame grille, as you can see, is now an octagonal shape and expressing strength and individuality of the car. The height of the Q8 is 3 centimeters lower than the Q7. And the roof makes really a flowing curve towards the rear, creating a coupe-like form. And later, we will learn more about this. Again, for me, and I'm very emotional about this is for me one of the most exciting and amazing cars in our product portfolio. Second, I think driving performance, vitally important. It's pure pleasure of driving the Audi. It's a pure Audi DNA in this car. And the Q8 promises a really emotional experience. And I just can invite you to test drive the car, to experience the car, and sit in it and enjoy it. The car, as you can see here, is equipped with a 3-liter TFSI engine. It is combined with an 8-speed automatic transmission and, of course, quattro all-wheel drive. This ensures a very safe and dynamic driving at any conditions. And I think this is vitally important also for Japan. The suspension, ladies and gentlemen, featuring an all-wheel steering. It is key to realize this on a comfortable ride, and it's easy to maneuver this car. Also and especially on tiny roads and difficult conditions. Thirdly, very important, the stylish interior, ladies and gentlemen. It conveys the feeling of the future when you sit in the car. The dials, the switches are replaced by a beautiful illuminated black touch panel. Thanks to digital technology, I think when you touch it, you get an immediate response in the cockpit by sound or haptic. Furthermore, the virtual cockpit that you can see in the car, I think you will confirm this is state of the art. You can operate the touch screens like a smartphone. You flick it, you switch it, you enlarging it, and of course, you get an immediate response via sound or haptic. Smooth, natural, and comfortable. This is the car, like a best saloon, but on the other hand, it's really, really fun to drive, like a very sporty coupe. It is pure emotion when you sit into the car. This unique character of the Q8 made possible by the technologies working very closely together and respond immediately to the need of the driver. I won't get really much into detail because we have also some of this mentioned on the AA launch. But the car is equipped with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, which is standard for all V6 engines at the new generation of Audi. The electrical system is also included a lithium-ion battery and a start alternator, which allows the engine to stop at a speed below 22 kilometers, and it also allows the engine to stop on highways for up to 40 seconds to reduce fuel. The driver assistance system is consisting of more than 20 sensors and cameras to monitor the risks surrounding you and reduce the impact of a collision. The emergency assist, which is the first in an Audi, stops the car safely in a lane when the driver cannot operate the car due to an emergency situation. Something very unique and very special for Audi is the Audi signature lighting system. The HD matrix LED lighting is available in the front, and the LED turn light is available in the rear. The vertical light stripes in both front and rear pronounce the sharp image of the car. When you look inside the car, you find Audi quality wherever you look. For the first time, Audi in Japan, we introduced an air quality package. It monitors the incoming air, and with an anti-allergen filter and an ionizer, it keeps the air comfortable inside the car. Of course, you can also add special fragrances to aromatize the air cabin. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the Q8 keeps the benefits of a spacey utility vehicle, of a large SUV. It sits 5 people, can very comfortably sit in it, but it also has the capacity, if you folded the seats, up to 1,700 liters of capacity in the luggage compartment. As you can see here, we will start pricing below the 10 million mark. But we also launched the car with 2 packages, a luxury package and a sport package at the beginning. Start sale will be the 3rd of September across our 126 dealers nationwide. But you can start ordering the car immediately. And what we can see, we have a very good feedback from the market and a very good feedback from our customers. So we were able to keeping and delivering and building up an order bank. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very proud. The gentleman Frank came all his way from Ingolstadt and is here today to give us more insight and giving you more about the spirit of Audi and how we design and how do we develop car. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me Frank Lamberti from Audi AG.
Thank you, Philip. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Hello. Welcome from my side. I'm really proud to be here today. It's always a fantastic moment to present a new car. But I would like to start my presentation with the number 8. I call it the magic number 8. And why is that? For Audi, the 8 always stands for the flagships of our lineup. The A8 for the A models, the R8 for the sporty ones. And finally, we filled up the gap in the SUV with the Q8. But the 8 is also somehow linked to myself, and I have to say I'm really proud and honored to be here today. Second time because I was here once 12 years ago. I was way much younger, you can see here, and I had to present the R8, which is also a great car. So you know what we're talking about. We're really talking about really amazing cars, top of the lines, emotional cars. And now I would like to show you quickly how we got to this car. When we started the project 6 years ago, the job was clear. You got a proper SUV, which is the Q7. Good car, great car, fantastic car. Yeah, go and just put a kind of a coupe roofline on it. So that was the start, because this is how also the competitors work. Don't change the bodywork, work on the roofline. You can treat a coupe version in different ways, and that, what you see here, putting a kind of an A7 or A5 Sportback roofline on was the first idea. It's okay, not bad, but we have to say there's a BMW X6 who really actually, I have to say, they defined this kind of segment. There's a Mercedes GLE, which is a kind of a clone of that BMW. Why should we come up with a third version of that? There's no need. No, this is not Audi. We say we have to give this car our own identity. So we played with different kind of roof shapes, especially on the C-post, which you can see here. Yeah, kind of promising, but something was not right. Something was not right about the proportion, and somehow it didn't fit. And that was a special moment, because Audi decided not just put a new roofline on the Q7, we decided to do a really outstanding own new car. And we did some package changes. And that was really important to get the Q8 to that level. We increased the diameter of the wheels a touch, which is always good for a designer. We could widen the track, which is always good for a designer. We could lower the roof, we heard it, about 3-4 centimeters, which is always good for a designer. And we shortened the rear end. And that gives you this proportion, back, forward. Somehow we had the feeling it's fitting proper, better, and what you can see right now, the silhouette finally turned out in this fantastic, great SUV coupe. So that was the basic architecture of the car. But the question is, what design themes you put on this car? When we start designing a brand new car, we always look back in our history, in our heritage. What have we in Audi, in our lineup on great cars? And we finally came up with a really cool car I show you right now. I'm talking about the red one. Who is in Audi who knows what that is? This is the Audi Sport Quattro. I know it's not the most beautiful car, but believe me, it's one of the most exciting cars. And if you get in touch with this car, really, wow, your hairs get up, and that's really fantastic. If you do an analysis on this car, there are some design elements that are really unique. And I want to point out what we really took over and put it on the Q8. First of all, for sure, that's a credo of Mark Lichte. Every Audi has to show Quattro. So the Sport Quattro has this dramatic Quattro blisters, and that was one aspect we put it on the Q8. I will show you later how we did it. The Sport Quattro has this special front end, this kind of black mask, which is really pushing forward out. That's really characteristic for that car. There's another moment that's really important. It's a coupe, but not a floating coupe, but it has this really strong markant C-post going into the spoiler, which is a strong element. And finally, you see the black light band on the rear. So please keep those 4 elements in mind. And now I would like to show you a short movie to see how we transferred those themes into the Q8. So please, the movie. Here from side view, you see clearly the Quattro blisters, really strongly modulated. That's the major theme. And especially in top view, take a look. And later on, if you're in the car, please take a look in the rearview mirror, how the Quattro blisters come out. The front end is really special. We don't have an Audi like this before. You have the mask, which is a strong element. This is what you see here. In the S-Line version, it's coming in platinum gray. In the base version, it's body color. And actually, a few days ago, we launched the SQ8, where all this comes in aluminum. Here, you see this is the transformation of the roofline from the Sport Quattro. It's not this floating A7 thing, it's really this strong Z-post. And finally, you see the light band with the black panel. This is a strong sign, even from the distance. That's the Q8 coming from the Ur Quattro. Because we also have an interior, and the Q8 has a different interior than the Q7, because we brought it up to the latest level of digitalization, like Philip explained before. Also, the interior designers had to deal with the new configuration and new architecture. I quickly go into the interior. So first of all, you have the black panel, and we call it, it's the digital core. So this is this black element in front of you, where you have the virtual cockpit, you have the touch on the side, and it's going from one side to the other side, and you also have from the middle console coming up touch screens. And that element is sitting on a kind of a mechanical wrap. So it's sitting on a three-dimensional kind of carry element, which is done in aluminum or in different materials. And finally, for sure, you have your major architecture, like you have it on the cars. And if you bring everything together, it looks like this. That's an original design sketch. You see the Audi wrap and those elements. And I have to say, it's really elegant, it's really cool. You feel like in a spaceship if you're sitting inside. And fair enough, actually, this interior now went into the Q7 PI, what we just launched also those days. Now I would like really to go on the car, which is here, just point out a few more details, and I would like to show you again the front end. One thing is important, the Q8 is not just another SUV. This is the mother for all the upcoming SUVs from Audi right now. And the genes, what this car carries, you will find later on in every Q model which is coming up. First of all, the octagon single frame, but here treated in a really sporty way. That means we are wide, we are quite low and slim, we are quite dramatic. So the Q7 PI is more upright. This is the sporty version. Here in the different mask color, and that's important as well. It's the face and it's changing. It depends what color you have. In the S-Line version, it's quite sporty, quite mean, and that is combined also with the headlight. Actually, the whole thing is the headlight, but in the first glance, you will just see the top of that. A quite slim headlight, like squeezed eyes looking at you, quite aggressive. But actually down here, there is the high beam, and this is also a strong element, just unique for the Q8. So if we now go to the side, you can see the nice quattro blisters, front, rear, and you can see the architecture of the car. You see the long wheelbase, 3 meters, coming from the Q7. You have a nice structure of the bolt body with the lower quattro here, and you see the roof line. And now it comes together. The short rear end, the lower roof, with this markant D-post, the big wheels. That's a strong statement, I would say. There is also a technical something really special, unique, what we just have, just we, Audi and Lamborghini exactly, in that class. We got frameless doors. No other coupe version in the SUV has this right now, and that's important. Those doors allowed us to lower the roof, and we also have a better leaning inside view because the glass is more leaned in. It's way more sporty, and here you can have a look of this fantastic interior, which is really like a control panel of a spaceship. When we go to the rear end, to the back door, we have an advantage. We have a coupe line, but we didn't lose functionality. So the entrance is still really comfortable for a coupe, and if you sit inside, you have a lot of head space, and even more, you have a lot of leg space. So that's a really fantastic combination between a sporty look, but still having a lot of functionality and a lot of usability. Finally, when we turn to the rear end, and please again take a look how the quattro blister is coming around. That's the major theme, it's just fantastic. So you see the signature of the rear. You see the running through light band, which is a signature for the high-end models of Audi. A8 got it, A7 got it, and the Q8 got it. You see the black panel, and here we see also the sporty version. It's the S-Line version with a lot of sporty elements, diffuser, to give that car a strong character. Finally, I want to finish my presentation with the last turn of the car for you to enjoy. I'm really proud of the car. I think we gave that car an own character, a strong character. It's not a me too. It's a statement. And for me, it's one of the strongest Audi for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many more stories to tell about, to talk about design. My time is limited, but I stay here the whole day. If you wish, come to me, have questions, let's talk about design, let's talk about cars. Thank you very much, enjoy the day, have fun.
Thank you, Mr. Lamberti. Mr. フランク・ランバーティ、ありがとうございました。